Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Corner Booth pregame. I'm your host, Jared Clem, alongside an amazing cast of characters. As always, we have a fun show for you guys tonight. This is our fourth annual NFL Bowl predictions segment. Some of the last years have included Russell Wilson, the Seahawks collapsing, the Seahawks winning the Russell Wilson trade, the Jags winning the division back in 2022. As well as a few others. So it's been a good time with Matt and me have done this. This is Chris's second time doing this. Actually, no, this is Chris's first. He wasn't here last year on this time. And, of course, Kelsey is here to bring us down to earth. That being said, it's going to be a fun show today. As I mentioned before, joining us now, my co-host, my partner in crime, rocking a very sweet all-white outfit, Anthony's father, Jake Smigglesworth, a.k.a. Swagoo. Matt, how you doing, buddy? You're muted. Okay, Matt's muted. We're going to the next one. Also joining me from the great state of Pennsylvania with a schwanky new background. No more Melvin Dew, apparently. Ladies and gentlemen, my host, Melvin Dew, Chris Lipoff. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. No, this is actually my new house. That's my piano right in the corner.
Nice. Looks just like our boy Grayson back in the day.
Yeah, I play Beethoven every night before I go to bed. New couch, new fixtures. No, this is actually just one of those StreamYard recommended backgrounds. So this is what I want my house to look like.
Same. Or you could just build a shithole like I did for my little corner of hell. Also joining us in the background, our producer Big Bad Nate will be mixing everything, looking stats, his usual stuff. Say hi to Nate in the background, ladies and gents. There he is. And, of course, our guest tonight, my good friend. He is a Kings fan, fucking San Francisco Giants fan. And, geez, man, you just picked two out of the four teams I hate the most in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Auburn Tiger and host of High-Low Sports, Kelsey Coyne.
What up? Yeah, I don't know if I'm the one that picked it because I was born before you. So, technically, you picked the wrong teams. That's
but
how
I'm
this
the main
works.
character in my story. That's the thing you ignore.
In your story, but not in the rest of the world's story. Like you're Pluto. You're Pluto to the rest of us.
Damn.
For now.
He sent you far in the galaxy.
I'm saying he used to be a planet.
Everyone's
and
problem.
now,
Oh, man, I'm instigating tonight, dude. Oh, man. What are you nibbling on?
Brazilian cheese bread, because I literally just did a 50-minute cardio session.
That's a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it's actually pretty good.
Wow. What, are you
Of course, the
eating
fat guy knows about
Homemade.
Are you eating it because the Eagles are playing in Brazil?
Well, I thought it was a good intro to talk about how the fact that I'm volunteering to be a paramilitary guard for the Eagles in Brazil.
Yeah. Oh, my God, dude. I can't be in the military, dude.
Anybody hear me?
I won't last a day.
Yeah, man.
Got you, Maddie, loud and clear.
What the fuck? I've been playing with this thing and it was working the whole time.
Damn, 2 F-bombs. It's not even 3 minutes in, boys. We're on a roll.
God, this thing cost a lot of money. It deserved an F-bomb.
By the way,
Sounds
F-bomb,
nice.
I've been F-bomb free for 2 months now, and you guys are letting me down.
Did anybody hear the music when we were in the lobby?
I'm not Italian, so am I the Polak Big Dom? Did I have to spell Dominic
you're
differently?
Big J.
Oh, Big J's down below 290, boys. We're already on our way.
You're like,
Official as of this
Little
morning,
J.
289. Let's crack
I
it
think
up.
Dom was
Little
Dom
J.
Delowitsky or whatever Polish last name could be.
You know what that means, though, right,
Or
Jared?
Draychick or something like that.
You're going to be running all the nines when we play flag football at the Fantasy Football Expo.
Damn right. I'm a great ball tracker, so it's all good.
I'm a kicker by far.
I'm also the most annoying receiver to cover because I'm very good at the sneaky push off. I'm AJ Brown out there, man. I'm getting away with forearms like it's my job.
They don't call
Is there
flags.
flags thrown in this?
No,
Well, also,
unless you go
I
past
do
the
have
line
a-
of scrimmage.
I mean, I do have a cannon. If you need an end around pass, I can do that too. I did play quarterback in a flag league for a while. So
I don't plan on running. Do you see this? Half of my body, it doesn't get better when it goes further south. It's still
You
fat.
blocker. You be a blocker.
No, it's called I still have an arm and I might as well use it. And they don't have
you got
blockers. in
cannon.
this.
Well, I'm a pain in the butt to cover either way. And by the Fantasy Football Expo, I should be down on 250, 240.
Bro's going to Canton, Ohio.
Damn right. I'm about to show up. What up, Randy Moss?
No way, dude.
Jared's final stat line is not going to include any passing. Sorry, but he will have yardage. We have to play 6 games for you to get 6 catches.
I don't got the greatest arm, but man, could I hand the ball off? You know.
Hey.
Yeah, dude, man, I can run with the ball.
Matt found out I had an arm in college when we were like drunk in the quad, and I chucked it across the quad to hit a kid.
We were playing catch, and we had like at least like a 15-foot distance between the two of us, maybe a little more. And he slung it at me like at like 95 miles an hour. I'm like, dude, we're like, I could like put my hand out and take 2 feet, and I could touch you. Why are you throwing it that fast? He's like, that's just my speed. I just got the one speed. I'm like, well, you need to throw me a changeup because we're not doing that. Spiral right at my forehead.
You know what that reminds me of is that have you ever seen that YouTube guy, the fat guy that says he's the greatest quarterback ever?
Oh, the QB god or arm god or throw god.
Yeah, arm god. Yes, that's what that reminds me of. I only got one speed. It's a dart. No,
dude, his throwing motion also gives me like the heebie-jeebies. Like I feel like my elbow's gonna pop out watching it.
Yeah, that's the definition of an armchair quarterback.
Jared, I don't have any sweets tonight either, so I'm kind of down bad right now.
I mean, do you have beer?
I might have some beer.
See,
I got pantalones, and I don't mean pants.
Dude, I'm pissed. They didn't have it at the liquor store. I'm so mad.
I went to the same one as you in a different state, but they didn't.
The guy laughed at me. He said, "You want underwear tequila?" I'm like, Matthew McConaughey. I don't know. I mean, it's called Pantalones Blanco. Got white pants.
I would have responded with like, "Yeah, your mom's."
Oh,
I don't. You know, depending on the guy, maybe that wouldn't have flied. You know?
These get degrees. That guy's right though.
I also just am always quick to hit somebody with a quick comeback. Chris, if you need a second to go get your beverages, you are free to go, sir.
I mean, I can just stare at your pretty house when you go walk away.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you might be Grayson's roommate, actually, Kelsey. They have the same house.
Dude, that's true.
Uncanny. Chris, is your roommate a former Northwestern middle linebacker?
Could be. Does he play the piano at all?
No, Grayson, honestly, he may play the piano.
Okay, I'm gonna do like a series of interviews for my next roommate, and if they can play the piano and they can play my favorite song, then they can stay.
All right, sweet.
But if not, here's the important question though.
What if I can do hot cross buns? Do I get to live there?
Yeah. Yeah, I do sleepwalk in the nude, so if you do get frightened, don't wake me up.
Yes, we talked about this. I sleep with a loaded 9mm next to my head when I go to sleep. I don't care.
Yeah, I put all my money in my mattress like Mr. Krabs. I'm never broke.
Me and Chris would be the weirdest odd couple roommates of all time.
Like Chuck and Larry.
Goddamn right.
No, Chuck and Larry were great odd couple roommates.
So what will we be?
Be better.
Not great?
Interesting.
I think this guy doesn't believe in us.
Jared, you would be John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell. You'd be stepbrothers.
But like the beginning of that. Like you don't put two Philly fans in the same house. That's just a recipe for disaster.
I mean,
two passionate Philly fans in the same house.
Or, I mean, also, the only thing worse is two Philly fans and a Cowboys fan.
Imagine the NLCS or the NLDS if it happens again this year.
Jared is holding me right now. Yeah, in that picture.
Okay, fair. Just don't light the fire and like make sure you put it out at night before you go to sleep, so that way you don't sleepwalk and just hanging out in front of the fire and something gets burned.
I have slept in my house with a couple candles on by accident because I was really drunk and I forgot to blow them out. So my house was almost.
This is why the only fire I light when I'm hammered is either a joint or a cigar. That's it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do the Cigar Thursday today with all the rain I had over here.
Yeah, me neither. I literally had a very nice Arturo Fuente that I'd never seen before, and I'm really pissed I couldn't light it. But literally, as I walked down the stairs, I'm like, oh, the sky's opened up.
A nice Rodrigo.
I don't really know any cigar names. If it's there, I just hit it.
I had a nice.
When we hang out, I will bring you a very nice beginner cigar for you. Okay.
Oh, all right. I'll kill for a kick-ass head high.
Dude, I love cigars. Also, I mean, Matt's been around me for how long? I've been smoking cigars the entire time I've known Matt. So, and that's been over 10 years. So, somebody asked me how
I started smoking cigars when I was at Applebee's.
I was smoking cigars before smoking cigars is cool.
Wait, they were cool.
That's Matt.
Yeah.
That was my
I
Matt
can't
to be
smoke cigars
confident.
anymore. I'm a hipster. I can't smoke
There's
cigars
some
anymore.
wait.
I can't afford a Lincoln, so it had to be the cigar.
Yeah, I used to when I used to work at Applebee's. I used to go out back and
I don't
just rip
think
cigars.
Chris is old enough for
on
that joke.
break.
No.
Woke up this morning. I got it. Namesake of your dog.
It's Freaky Friday. Hey, Thursday.
I know what's going on. I don't know if you do.
Oh boy.
I wanted that song. Fun fact: that song was supposed to play when I was walking down the aisle, and my DJ was so bad he didn't play it until after we were already standing there for 5 minutes, and he played some random version, and I only got 15 seconds of the intro, and the beat never even dropped.
Oh, dude, they
I would like ask for a discount at the end. Like, dude, you are actually awful.
Dude,
They
I was
play that.
I was
Yeah, they
decked
play
out,
that
dripped
on-
up, and everything. I must have been nice for them to play it. I even looked at the guy like, "You gonna do this?" And he was just like fumbling through his computer. And then like as soon as they started introducing the other party, it just started to play. I was like, "You suck."
I'll tell you what,
That's
big
not
parties, dude. If you play the Cotton Eye Joe, I'm there. I'm going all the way in, dude. I'm letting loose. Sucker for the Cotton Eye Joe.
No,
Dude, did he play the preview? Is that what he did? Did he go to the Apple Store and just play a preview? I'm sorry, I'm just starting to think about this. Like, how do you not get to the beat, like to the drop?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm thinking too. Now,
he played he played like some remixed version because I've never heard the intro of whatever he played. It sounded like somebody took the actual song, but then like was making a little beat in the beginning. So it just didn't sound right. And it was the right beat, but there was another rhythm going with it. I'm like, this isn't part of the song. I was like, this guy never watched the freaking Sopranos before. And it never got past the doom doom, but he never got to the singing, never got to nothing. It was like 10 seconds of that, and it was weird other intro part. But it's okay because we all put tips in every vendor's envelope, and his was the only one that disappeared. I have no idea where that money went.
oh no,
He didn't
How
get a tip.
sad.
He also mispronounced almost all of our parties' names and didn't play the songs he was supposed to, and had
Really?
malfunctions of his equipment.
Between you and Bianca's family, I've met about 90% of them at this point. There's not that many hard names to figure out. How do you butcher some of them?
We told him how her sister's name. One of her sister's names is Jolisha, and we told him many times
That's not
what
hard.
the pronunciation was,
That's
and
not
he
that
didn't
hard.
get it right. My stepmother's name is Elise. He said Elissa.
Nope.
He didn't get that right. He didn't announce my father as my father.
So what did he just
It was
say?
just he just announced him by the name. He didn't say like
I-
parents. He announced parents of the groom for my step parents, not my actual parents. He took.
You disrespected Big Lisa. That's my Lisa. That's the
Yeah.
best.
Well, he announced her and my
Okay,
stepdad.
fine.
Then he didn't get my actual father as my father, but then he had equipment malfunctions and he was taking recommendations from other party members, but not from like immediate family or anything like that. So he was just all over the place. It wasn't his
What's
night.
this, like if I was there and I requested Gangnam Style, you think you play that?
Probably.
Yes, because I was so Bianca is the reason why that song didn't play at my wedding. I wanted to play it. She said no. So if you requested it and it played, that would have been great because that's what I wanted to happen.
Chris, we should have Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn Matt's wedding and just been like, play Gangnam Style. Now Jason's out
play
of the room.
Gangnam
We're out of
Style.
Dude,
Uncle Ned's kids.
if that song dropped and I turned around and you two were there doing the dance, I would have been like, I don't know what is going on right now, but I'm not questioning it. We're in the moment for the next 5 minutes. We're gonna enjoy this, and then I'll ask questions.
Yeah, dude, you get some vodka Red Bulls in me and you start playing Gangnam Style, dude. I let loose.
I need about 3 shots of Jack Daniels and at least 1 beer, and I'm there with you, kid.
Dude, my God, dude, Gangnam.
I've yet to find an amount of alcohol to get me on the dance floor, but I would be there in spirit.
Dude, you know what I do? I would
2
throw
shots
like
of hard alcohol and a beer. That's what
I would
figured.
do like a lasso rope, and I would catch Kelsey and then just reel him in.
Well, you guys are
Really?
best friends, so that's
Dude,
the thing.
we are best
Well,
friends.
you know
Dude,
what?
We might be roommates. next year.
He might be wearing my favorite City Connect hat right now.
That is true.
Not named San Francisco.
I mean,
like that might be one of the nicest City Connect.
I love the Serpentes, but like, dude, like that is I love that logo.
Bay Area stand up.
So
I like the entire Philly uniforms.
Unpopular opinion, possibly. I love the Mets batting helmet, the City Connect batting helmet, not like the jersey. Like jerseys aren't bad, but just solely that flat matte black helmet with a little bridge going around. I think that looks awesome as like a batting helmet.
Yes.
I mean, I still think some of the like there are about like 9 or 10 really good City Connects. And there's like 50 terrible. There's like 15 terrible ones.
Yeah, see, I love that one.
That looks cool when it's 3D printed. It looks sick.
Yeah, and it's clean. It's not overdone.
Trader, screw that guy.
Now,
next time with Randall Gretchick because of you.
I will say Cleveland's jerseys, I like. The hats I could do without, but the jerseys, I really like the jerseys or the City Connect jerseys.
I love Arizona's. I just wish it was a little more black.
But yeah, see, those are clean. Like unlike Seattle's, those went the entire way down their jersey, like from the jersey down to the pants.
Pittsburgh's too, because it reminds me of their old retro jerseys.
No, I don't like Pittsburgh's because who knows Pittsburgh by PGH outside of people from Pittsburgh?
Well, that's what you said. City
no, it needed to be the Berg, and that's it, or Pitt. Leave it there. Like either one of those two would have been great.
Text Frank. I'm going to text my only Pittsburgh friend I have, and I'm going to text Frank and ask him his opinion on the City Connect jerseys.
Because all the Pittsburgh people love it because they all like
exactly.
People from Pittsburgh. But I hate it. It's stupid. It doesn't make me stop thinking it's stupid. It's the dumbest look ever. See, these are clean.
That one's disgusting.
That's like a marble.
It's based off the statues in like the Guardians that they're named after, so it's the same design as those Guardians.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy, like
no, like they're literally put like statues on a bridge.
Like we had a friend of our show who used to host the show, Rocking at the Jake. He came on our show once, and we got him started. It was like right around the time the Guardians switched over from the Indians.
Yeah,
dude, he went on a rant for about 20 minutes. Kels, I don't know, were you on that show when he was on?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was hilarious. He went on a roll, and to be honest, I was expecting something offensive in this rant. He kept it 100% clean, and it was magnificent. Like I wanted to hand him an Oscar afterward. It was like, oh, Captain, my Captain. But at the end of the day, it's like the MLB is going to just be its own. It's going to be biting its own tail. So that's what like literally the league's motto is. Hey, we made the game funner and more explosive and great to watch. But we still let the Dodgers basically rob everyone's payroll. And we have 15 teams that have 15 teams that don't even use their full salary cap. But it's fun.
Dude, I like the Blue.
I feel like you just called out every single team outside of the Guardians who are at the bottom of the league.
Yeah, no, I did. For once, I'm not calling out my Diamondbacks because they actually have a top 15 payroll this year.
Well, I was going to say the Guardians are a top 15 team right now, so that's why I'm not including them in that list.
I mean, listen, I want to hit Jordan Montgomery with a paddle after the way he's pitched the last 3 starts, but I mean, dude, how are you? Some of those hanging breaking balls, I'm like, brother, you're looking like me after about 15 beers playing 2K, like MLB The Show right now.
Dude.
He should have been good. I mean, he was a good 3-4 guy in New York, and he was great with Kansas City. He was good with Texas. Right now. Because you think it's just a small market, like it's Arizona is not a Cali, New York, Philly kind of market.
Start was against Chris's Phillies, and then basically Rodriguez hasn't thrown a ball for us since February 15th.
Yeah,
and then Merrill Kelly got his shoulder ripped off by a grizzly bear.
He just started his throwing
thank Jesus
program.
But we do get Perdomo and we get Alek Thomas back.
That's okay, you can wait.
Listen, Philly's favorite Diamondback, Alek Thomas, planted a flag right in the middle of Citizens Bank.
He brings it up every show like it's like an insult to me now. Like they lost in the World Series. It's over. Okay.
It's okay. Listen, we were playing with house money.
Look, cool with me. Look, you were in the same spot we were the year before.
God bless. Two most fun teams in the NL, baby.
Goddamn right.
Chris finally broke his F streak.
I'm not sending him the bounce back for that because honestly, Kels, we've all dropped one except for you tonight. So,
Chris,
hold on. Let me stop myself before I get there, but I might get there. Who knows?
Hey, look who joined us. Hey, buddy. You know what? Nope. Visualization is different, Christopher. Chris's Felon presented by the amazing people at Righteous Felon. Promo code BELLYUP for 15% off at checkout. Matt and me both have ordered boxes. I blew through mine in a week. Matt, apparently yours was like 3 days and it was out. I got to go to bed.
Yeah, no, it's.
Did you even let Bianca have any, or was it just all you?
I did. No, she did have some. We all enjoyed it, and it inspired me to live out my dreams of being the most righteous felon that this world has ever seen. And I'm in the works. Not there yet, but I'm in the works of being the greatest felon in all time.
Yeah, dude, you are.
Can Max go to the
He's like got like some Ponzi scheme he's got in the works, like Bernie Madoff.
Chris, knock knock.
Who's there?
Christopher. 44.
Oh, I got a bad connection right now. I think I heard him properly. I don't know. What did you say?
I said knock knock. You said who's there? I said 44.
44 who?
44 and 19. That's the Yankees and the Phillies right here in the MLB. Two of the best.
Whoa!
Would have been better if it didn't take that long to get there, but it's not about how far, like how quick you get there. It's about once you get there.
Hey, Maddie, do me a favor and sweep the Dodgers this weekend, please.
Will do. Mr. I am untouchable and I gamble on everything. Shohei Ohtani, no matter what they say about you, we will take him out.
Right here on the dome. I'm done with his ass.
I mean, he can just become a trader and go to the San Francisco while the Dodgers still play him. That's okay.
I just want to ding up.
Listen, your Giants annoy the hell. I mean, listen, honestly, your Giants played great yesterday, Kels. I just had to listen to the game while I was working, and I was like, this is ridiculous. How do we load the bases and not freaking score twice?
Aaron Judge headed to the Giants.
Listen, the back end of your bullpen is phenomenal, by the way.
Yes. Pause. Okay, pause on the MLB talk for a second because you just reminded me of something, a bases loaded situation. So in the minor leagues, there was a game, I think it was this year. It was with two AA teams. One of them was the Trash Pandas from Huntsville, so Rocket City Trash Pandas. The pitcher was throwing a no-hitter against Chattanooga in the seventh inning game. He ends up walking 2 runs in, getting pulled. The next guy comes in, hits 2 guys after giving up what should have been a game-ending pop fly to center field. Dude drops it. They end up losing the game 7-5 with a no-hitter. The Rocket City Trash Pandas lost a game 7-5 while still throwing a no-hitter.
Did you hear that correctly? Even Ghost is in disbelief.
Bro, craziest. I literally just saw the video about it today. It is the wildest thing I ever saw.
Yeah, I didn't do good in math, so I can't even comprehend what's going on.
They also have the best hats in the MLB, MLIB, ILB.
Who's that? Chattanooga?
No, Trash Pandas.
Oh, the Rocket Panda.
Rocket Pandas, yeah.
Literally Groot or not?
I'm also partial because I love the Sod Poodles and the Reno Aces for obvious reasons.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
sorry, I just had to share that. Oh, by the way,
that's absolutely insane. I mean, I love it because this transitions us to our news segment. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today. So, first off, Christian McCaffrey getting his extension, signed a 2-year, $38 million extension with the 49ers. Will go through the 2031 season. I believe since CMC is my age, he will be, I think, 34 35 when that contract ends. So 36?
35, 36, I think.
Wait, so he's
getting. How does that make sense?
Wait, how is he getting paid for the next 8 years?
Well, his current contract, the one he signed with Chris, Carolina.
He's my age. So I'm trying to understand. He's 29 years old. So I'm trying to understand how he isn't going to be almost in his late, almost.
Is this 40s. A Bobby Bonilla thing?
No. 2030 guys, 2031 is only 6 years away, depending on the way the season falls.
He'll be 36 when that contract's up. He'll be retired by then.
Will he?
He's under contract until 2027.
But this extends him to 31.
Hello. Sorry. So his contract will be up until 2027, so he'll be 31 by then. the 3 years after that being 28, 29, and 30, those are currently in the void section of the contract.
Oh,
Yes.
with the clarification.
Does he know how to play piano? I need a roommate.
Unfortunately, no. But
Hey,
So,
I think his girlfriend Olivia Culpo does there, Chris. So you can probably go with that route.
Yeah,
so what does the void mean? Like an opt out or?
They can opt. They can like they're not. I think there's no guaranteed money. I believe
Yeah.
that's what the term is.
Yeah, player option, team option.
Yeah.
I believe those
Also,
are things.
and obviously we talked. We didn't really obviously didn't have a show on Monday, so we didn't talk about Jay Jets. Obviously, reset the receiver market. I believe it was 35 a year guarantee, 35 a year, and I think it's 100 and something guaranteed.
135.
I think they said he got like 80 something million at signing.
Which is wild. But that's how
Dude.
NFL teams work the books now. They have to pay them so much up front.
They have the nowadays, like they have the rule now, you have to put money in a liquidation account as soon as you sign the deal. So they have to have the cash up front to put this in liquidation no matter what. And it just has to sit there throughout that contract's life for guaranteed money wise.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of wild to hear about.
Well,
so like when Patrick Mahomes, for example, that's just sitting there. That $1 billion basically is just sitting in an account somewhere.
Yeah. Somebody explains because of Mark Davis, the Raiders aren't able to offer as much guaranteed money because of Mark Davis doesn't have as much money to throw in escrow to keep for guaranteed contracts. I was like, that's freaking wild.
Yeah.
I think that's why he wants
the Saints.
Brady signing in to be part of his deal because of that.
Yeah, the same thing the Saints did with Taysom Hill. You know, they couldn't afford to pay him guaranteed money, so they put $40 million or whatever it was for the 3 years, some stupid like that, in an optional.
If you combine with
things,
if you combine with Jettas and Christian McCaffrey I make more at Belly Up Sports than they do combined. $330 million for 13 years. So
damn, I need your agent. Mike gave me a bag of peanuts.
I really reset the market as far as podcasters go. I'm probably the highest paid podcaster of all time.
Sir, you have never seen Joe Rogan's paycheck. I see it.
Yeah,
let's not forget Pat McAfee
or freaking Alex Cooper.
Look, I don't like to flex financials, guys, but I have a piano in the background. I'm loaded.
Alex Cooper makes $30 million a year for Caller Daddy.
Talking about fellatio.
Yeah, caller. How about caller Chris? Call him Chris. I make so.
She can call me whatever she wants to call me for $30 million.
Yeah, she can.
I don't even need I don't even need a million next to the amount of money. Like just 1,000 sound great.
Yeah, she's a bonk. But anyway, yeah.
Talk about women making bank. This woman is making bank for the WNBA right now. But apparently not everyone's happy about it. So everyone from Pat McAfee to Diana Taurasi to every ESPN to CBS Sports pundit on the planet has been talking about Caitlin Clark in the WNBA.
Oh,
and I wanted to. This is like Festivus to me from Seinfeld. I want to air the grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're gonna hear about it. So here's my issue with the WNBA. You have your Kobe Bryant, your LeBron James, your Michael Jordan. She's the most marketable star you have had in your history. Her views, I think Cowherd tweeted this out today. They tripled. WNBA views have tripled. I care about WNBA highlights because I want to see Caitlin Clark succeed because I liked watching her at Iowa. I don't give a shit about Angel Reese. I don't give a shit about the other girl who got drafted, Chicago Sky. I like Cameron Brink because she's got a cool story and her New Balance ad's cool. And she's like 6'6". So, I mean, like watching her body square up on guys look like watching like a white girl version of Hakeem Olajuwon. Either way, I don't care about anybody else in this class. Cameron Brink for like 30 seconds, but it's really and Gina Oriama's niece. She's a smoke show. But that's for whole other reasons. Caitlin Clark is specifically for the fact she is basically like Stephen Kobe when she walks on the court, just launching bombs and hitting them. And it's entertaining to watch. I actually watched women's college basketball because of her. I only watched it before when I was working events at the Bridgeport Arena because they used to host a tournament every year. And I used to volunteer and work at it. Caitlin Clark made it entertaining to watch. Like, I was like, I couldn't wait to watch this girl step up and drop a one from the logo like it was butter. And so everybody commenting about how, oh, she's going to learn today. This is our league, these rookies. And I think the first one that rubbed me the wrong way was when I think Diana Taurasi, like, I don't can't remember the exact quote, but it was like, oh, she's going to learn that this is a different league. And I'm like, wouldn't you guys be happy that she's bringing attention to your league? And then the shit with the Chicago Sky, like this wannabe Ron Artest chick who basically bodied her in the back, and then I'm sorry, Markieff Morris. I won't even put disrespect on Ron Artest. Bodied her.
Yeah, Tone. That's what I think too.
Yeah, bodied her, and then Angel Reese is celebrating. Angel, I appreciate who you are as a human. You have a lot of personality. You're an attractive woman, and you're a good basketball player. And but you can't flip flop when the villain role suits you. And it's hilarious to me how she's celebrating because Caitlyn got bodied. Oh, I'm sorry. She does it the right way. She doesn't talk. She just gets up and keeps shooting, keeps banging around. She doesn't complain. She complains to the refs. Listen, everyone complains to the refs. Brady did it. LeBron did it. I'm not going to judge there. But
I do it.
Oh, relax, Philly boy. Either way, my biggest issue with this is the WNBA has a cash cow, a golden goose, a once-in-a-generation superstar. And half the league wants to take her head off out of just pure pettiness and jealousy. The refs are following her like a hawk. I think in her debut, one ref called like 2 really early BS fouls. I watched the WNBA game, and I wasn't even hammered. I was sober watching this. Okay? And I had to watch this clown call 2 really ticky-tacky fouls, and I should know. I had to watch my Timberwolves get almost swept by the freaking Nuggets. Mavericks. So I know ticky-tacky fouls. Either way, I'm so pissed about that series. That's a whole other ball game. We lost that series. Anyway, to end this rant on a high note, the WNBA has a problem. If they let their league continue to just be petty and insecure and, frankly, a bunch of losers for this girl who's honestly bringing views, I understand why they want to be like, oh, welcome to the league. It's like, yeah, but y'all ain't bringing views in. You guys lose, what, like $5 million a year as a league? At minimum? More? Listen, besides Kelsey Plum, I just love her because she smokes cigars. That's the only reason I pay attention to her. And she also divorced Darren Waller's bum ass. That's a whole other argument. The WNBA really needs to get their shit together because this is I honestly thought for a second when Ice Cube offered her, $7 million to come play in the Big Three, I was like, I'll go watch that all day because, yeah, she might get bodied a few times by, Jermaine O'Neal's old ass, but she'll still bang about 14 threes, and it's going to be fun as shit to watch because she can hang and she can do 80% of the shit you need to do in a 3-on-3 league. Or she can go play in WNBA where, every girl is trying to take her head off because they're insecure about the fact that this girl is a superstar, is amazing, and is a breath of fresh air for the game. I didn't give a shit about Diana Taurasi's entire career, even though she's from my state, or she played basketball in my state at least. Didn't give a crap about Sue Bird. I loved Maya Moore only because she went to play for Minnesota Timberwolves affiliate team, so that was cool. But that's about it. And also, I like Stewie because I met her in person. She's very nice. So that's it. Her and Kayla Lou were very sweet. But either way, that is my rant. I cover WNBA once every 10 years, and now I'm about to go back into hiding like the cicadas.
My personal goal, my lifetime goal is because I just found out that Cameron Brink is 6'4". I would kill if I was just carried around on her shoulders and taken to an amusement park. She buys me a churro, a nice ice cream bar. Definitely a nice girl. But also, I looked up beer prices because I was really curious. At WNBA games, the Staples Center, $7 beer to see the Sparks. So
she could feed it to you while she's holding you.
Yeah. I'm like a little child.
I think. she's. I don't even know how to follow that one up. Kate, listen, the last 2 years when she was in college, she was the best female college hoops player. She's, I don't know how else to put it. She's, Chris, you got me all messed up after that one. I didn't even know how to follow that one. That is like try to put what I have into words, and all I'm thinking of is just a 6'4" woman carrying Chris with a churro. Another bite.
Can someone in Photoshop experience like make this happen? Seriously.
I mean, listen, this is like a once in a lifetime miraculous thing for WNBA to have this high profile of a player come in, and I think she's getting the rookie hazing, and I think they're looking at her like, oh, are you all that? We'll find out, and I think
Clark's all that in a bag of chips.
Listen, there's many other talented players that entered that draft. I mean, every team has essentially said they've had to upgrade their stadium to a different location to accommodate more fans. So it's good for the game. Everything's going great. I mean, you're going to get hazed as a rookie. It's how you respond. Can she handle it better? Maybe. But I think at the end of the day, this is in the long run, this should be good for the WNBA. I think it'll grow the brand and open the way for other players in like down the road that will be like Caitlin Clark 2.0 to come through and hopefully make it that much better. But like I said, a lot of talented players came out of this draft. It's just she is like that LeBron of the class coming into the WNBA, and I know she's going to get a lot of attention for that. A lot of people have different opinions on it, but I mean, it's just, to me, it's rookie hazing at the end of the day.
Matt, I legit thought about going over to the casino for her rookie debut. I thought about it.
Yeah. Granted, I have not watched one WNBA game, and I probably never will, but I acknowledge that this is great for the sport, and it's taken over.
Hey, listen, $5 beers. I'll go stay in a hotel for the night and just watch. I'll go watch and go gamble afterward. Like I was like, this is a dream come true, and I'm like, that's 2 PTO days I don't get back.
Now, would you go to a WNBA game if they sold $7 beer because they do it at the Sparks game? I'm just saying.
That's the most expensive probably in the league, Chris.
It would have to be.
It's cheap compared to like an NBA game where it's like $14, $15. I'm just saying.
I went to MSG for Timberwolves Knicks 2 years ago, and that was $12.50 I got for an IPA. No, $12.50 for a light beer. I bought a double IPA at the Link. That was $19, and I almost puked. And then I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just dropping Miller Lights the rest of the night.
It would have to be one of those things where like I'm at the Mohegan Sun Casino and the Connecticut Suns are playing the Fever or the Sky or whatever the other teams are, and maybe I'd have to be a little like I'd have to have probably 3 or 4 margaritas in me and be like, yeah, I'll go. Sober now.
You know what we need to do? We need to pick a WNBA team. This podcast needs one team, and we got to do our best to rebuild.
Indiana Fever. There we go. We're
front runners. Can't do it.
They're the last.
They're literally last runners.
Because they got the best player in the league. You can't do that.
Technically, that's Brianna Stewart or Sabrina. What's her face?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Well, that's a piggyback ride, but it's close.
It's good enough. It's all you're getting, Chris.
You just need a churro in there somewhere.
All right, I don't want to be whatever, but it looks a little sexual. I'm just saying. I mean, look. I'm single, but we'll talk about this another time. Yeah.
All right. Anyways, so
maybe she wants to take a ride on Old Crispy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No, he's La Crispy.
La Crispy.
Yeah.
All right. So Jared, I got some comments for you. No surprise, I imagine.
Shocker there.
Yeah, exactly. Shocker. So I've been watching WNBA basketball since 1999. League's been around since 96, 97. My favorite team was Sacramento Monarchs.
Ooh.
So anybody remembers when that team was still around?
I do.
I used to go watch the Utah Stars play all the time, by the way. Another team that's not around anymore. If anybody knows anything about the major league sports, what is professional sports, it takes a long time to get to the level we've gotten in every other sport in the world. Professional soccer, Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, they were never peachy clean, fantastic sports. We all know Jordan Rule era in basketball. We all know the MLBs in the 70s and 60s when they literally beat people up with bats. And then we all know the NFL up until really 2005 when they signed the USO deal were a bunch of drunkards who love to hit each other and injure each other. And we're going to complain that they're hazing a rookie who, by the way, Jared, she is a trash talker, a self-confirmed trash talker on the court. She says that's when she performs her best and when she starts talking trash. She does that. She has said as much, and she has owned up to as much.
Maybe
Do I agree with the Kennedy Carter thing? No. The Kennedy Carter thing was out of pocket. But the fact that everybody is up in arms calling for assault, calling for that, crazy, absolutely blasphemous.
It's a basketball game.
Like, this is nothing that hasn't happened on a pickup court down the road from anyone.
Curtis Allen does it 3 times a season. Why are we complaining about this?
Exactly. You mentioned Ron Artest. Ron Artest literally walked into the state and beat up fans and players at the same time.
That fan had it coming though, honestly.
But then he's still
the
played in the
Monstars did it
league,
too.
and we're so okay. Before I go off on that rant, let me just say this: there's a few holes in your argument, Jared. Since 2019, the WNBA has doubled their average viewership per game from 209,000 to 505,000 per game. And that's 23 numbers. That's not 2024. Each year has posted an average of 20% or so increase. Huge. Kelsey Plum, Sabrina Ionescu, Asia Wilson, all 3 of those have come out of the draft in the last 3 years to help accumulate that. The most watched NBA All-Star game in the last decade came last year during NBA All-Star weekend. It wasn't even the game, it was just the weekend. During the Sabrina Ionescu versus Steph Curry 3-point shootout. Not because of the dunk contest, because we all know that's a joke. It's not because of the skills contest, because who watches a skills contest? It's because of that 3-point shootout. That featured a female in Sabrina Ionescu to help lift that. You mentioned marketability and revenue. Did you know last year they increased their revenue by 200% to $140 million last year? They were positive last year for the first time, so 2022-23 year. They more than increased it by more than $140 million just between 2022 and 2023. Part of that's because they opened stadiums and you actually go into the stadiums again after COVID. So there's a lot of problems that you're saying that it's just Caitlin Clark. It is not just Caitlin Clark. It is an entire batch of young rookies who are in second and third year players who are growing into this game. This is, in eras talking, this is the Jordan era of basketball. That's what we're in right now for the WNBA. We are in Jordan era basketball. Should it be as ridiculous? No, but that's on the Indiana Fever because there's not a single damn one of those girls that are out there standing up for Caitlin Clark. Did you see any of them come over to try to back her up? That's stupid.
I wanted to go on that rant, but I'm like, you know what? I've already exhausted this enough. Let me tell you.
No, and
her teammate, she honestly deserves to play anywhere else. Her teammates aren't backing her up.
No, not a single one is standing up for her own teammate. And if she's supposed to be the Jordan, where's that player to stand up for my teammate? Because if I'm on Caitlin Clark's team, if I'm a female, I'm playing in the WNBA, and I see my player get taken out like that. I'm asking coach if I can go in and chalk up two technical fouls real quick and in a hurry because I'm gonna go punch Kennedy Carter in the face and then I'm gonna go punch Angel Wilson in the face.
Oh, dude, so many commenters.
You know what? And that's okay. Chris and I have our own relationship that, you know what? He still needs to bet on Tulane every time.
You know who else didn't come to their teammates' aid? Back in 90, I want to say it was like 94, when the Monstars laid out Newman from Seinfeld.
There they are.
They flattened out Newman.
We're not doing this.
But seriously, like, let's be honest about this and just think about this rationally for just a second. This is actually a good sign for the WNBA at the end of the day. And if anybody thinks I'm crazy for saying that, think about every league you've ever watched. This has been a stage that every league has had to go through to get here. And so until they go through this stage, they now have superstars in the league to have this type of a problem. Like, this is a good problem to have for the WNBA's future.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever Kevin said about this is it, if they fail this, get out of here. Go sit down. You've never watched WNBA before in your life.
I love Kevin. He's a great writer.
No.
He always is that doomsday.
Great baseball writer.
Great baseball.
Great football personality. But Kevin, rational thinking moment right now.
I'm a big fan.
Like, this is a rational thinking moment where we have to just consider that this is like a thing that we need to go through. as a fan of WNBA.
no, listen, I am a big fan of Sabrina and Kelsey Plum, Stewie, obviously because I met her. Like I said, she's a very sweet human being. She was very nice to me when I met her. So was Kayla Lou, but I think she just came back off a pregnancy thing, right? So
She plays for the Fever.
yeah. And then Kelsey Plum, for the obvious reasons of one, I have had a crush on her since she was at Wazoo or Washington, and also she's got her own cigar line. So boom.
Yeah.
So watching her divorce a New York Giant was just amazing.
Icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah. No, and like, look,
Dude, he's stat happy.
There's a lot.
He's stat happy. He's
I will. You know what though? The only way to prove in fallacies is with facts. So
he's stat happy.
Shut up! I came at it from an uneducated fan perspective.
But this is my problem with it is
80%
most of the
fans.
people making noise right now have not watched a WNBA game outside of the season, and that's what my problem is because nobody's actually watched.
Opioids at him. We'll see what happens.
Oh. Wait, is
Next
that
thing you're
before
gonna
or
say,
after?
you're gonna say you're gonna make a country music video for him.
Oh.
Anything's
Sorry.
better than that shit box rap
that was
music
bad.
he made. Oh my god!
Out of the box. Language.
But no, this WNBA thing is a joke as far as people talking about it the way they are. People are calling for some of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
They should have a ladies' Space Jam, Manny. I was thinking about that.
It's just, as Matt said, it's hazing at its finest. It's just, unfortunately,
I also think the
it's a
problem
little too
is
extreme.
I watch CBS Sports networks. They blow everything out of proportion.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of the issue here. I mean, also the McAfee thing was hilarious, where he said it in a way where if you listen to his whole rant, there was no offense needed. There was nothing offending about it. But
He
way
used some poor words.
that's going to get taken out of context so fast. I heard it live because I'll throw McAfee on at noon in our office. And all the boys, we all love it. When we're working, all of our contractors, the company, they love McAfee. So it always works. And he said that, I'm like, oh boy, it ain't going to be good.
Yeah. No, I mean, he used the wrong words. Which, by the way, did you know he played? Oh, I was saying he played.
Yeah.
God damn it, Chris.
Sorry.
We're gonna keep doing this all night, I guess.
We're roommates. It's what
all
we do.
right, Chris, pause for a second. Just pause for a second, because this is to finish off the Caitlin Clark thing. So Pat McAfee, Caitlin Clark too said she's fine with whatever he said, but then she challenged her, or she challenged him to a one-on-one as far as that's how she's gonna get reconciliation, right? They played the one-on-one game to 21. Basically, she dominated him from whatever everybody said there. She agreed in there to film it, and so Pat McAfee could use it as a segment. Well, after the game, ended up winning. She won 21-5, where she wasn't even trying at the end. Pat McAfee refused to air it, so now they're causing problems because he's refusing to air his ass whooping. So
I don't know why it's so embarrassed. I mean, she's a professional basketball player.
Exactly.
You were a retired punter. Nobody expects you to win.
I don't know, man. Listen, I mean, I love. Everyone knows I am one of Pat's biggest fans. He's the reason I'm still doing podcasting because I was ready to quit during COVID, and listening to his podcast got me reinvigorated with doing it. So I'm always been a big Pat stan, but at the same time, fame changes people a little bit. He is, and when it comes to sports podcasting, him, PMT, Big Cat, that's it.
PMT is my role model.
He's got to keep a face.
He's got to see a face. And honestly, listen, that'd be like watching me go up against one of these female Olympic lifters and like squatting and get my ass kicked.
It'd be like watching a bunch of belly up podcasters try to take on Des Bryant in a fantasy or a flag football game.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if we could recruit him to play for us this year, that'd be great.
I tried last year to go up against them, but they wouldn't let us match up.
Listen, I'll be like, Des, listen, I will put on a Cowboys jersey for a full 30 minutes if you come play for us.
I played in my Cowboys hat last year, and that's the only reason he talked to me.
Looking at what
so I showed wearing the Eagles Carhartt hat. He's going to tell me to go kick rocks.
Yes.
Looking at what Nate and Blaine are talking about in the comments.
I've ever rooted for my entire life.
Yeah, I've been looking at that too, Maddie.
Looking at what Nate and Blaine are talking about in the comments, could we get a Darren Waller song with a collab from like Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown or something?
All the failed
musicians.
Imagine. Could you imagine? And then you just got Daniel Jones's face in the background with his eyes going that way.
We get a cracker of the week for Antonio Brown too.
We need a Kurt 2 Chainz mashup in all of this.
Like no. Kurt's just the album cover.
He's gonna be the ad libs. He's gonna pop in. Yeah. So
I asked.
Like
I'm gonna
Kobe
ask.
Bryant, that Ja Rule.
Hello there.
Who's
Almost.
that?
You.
Who's that?
What do you got?
Me?
Yeah, you're up.
Oh, okay. Damn. What was I gonna say?
Unpause, Chris.
Oh yeah. Speaking of lady basketball players, I'm gonna put a Twitter poll on Corner Booth. Lola Bunny, bonkable. Yes or no?
Yes.
I'm gonna take your Twitter for
Wait.
real fast.
Original Lola or
Yeah,
new?
yeah.
new
Oh,
gen?
Original,
90s
not this
90s
whatever.
Jordan, Lola Bunny,
LeBron's Space
bonkable.
Jam should be X'd out of existence. It was
Just
terrible.
saying.
I was hammered. I couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
I fell asleep twice during that new movie.
So did
It
I.
sucked.
And it wasn't because of the alcohol.
No, it was
Yeah,
awful.
it was really bad. Yeah. Oh my God. That's a look. I'm just saying, guys.
Chris, if you post this on Chris, post this. Get your old Twitter back up and running, and then post it.
Dude, I got banned in 48 hours.
Okay, well then start another one. Make a different email.
Oh God.
Our producer.
Oh, we know what Nate's doing.
Our producer out here is going.
How many beers?
And now we know why Nate's in the background.
Oh,
knowing
man.
because he's doing this.
You know how long it took for me
How
to
many
realize
beers,
that
Dad?
that's our Nate?
Why do I feel like
Oh,
once
it's
we
another
start,
Nate.
start getting more of a crew, I'm gonna have to put Chris in the back with Nate because I can't trust him.
I thought that was another guy in the podcast company that was called.
It should
That was
be
also
like
Nate.
Bubba Gumpino
That
and
was
the
our
boys
Nate.
at McAfee. Just throw them.
It is Matt.
Dude,
It's
you
Nate's
think
alter
I'm
ego.
like
No idea.
dude, I'm gonna write.
Nate's got like a little like edge side to him. I love it.
It's from his Backup to the Backup podcast.
This must be
Nate's, that's Nate's
Nathan.
alter ego.
All right, we've
That's
talked
Nate.
about the WNBA for the next 10 years. Like cicadas, we'll go underground. We'll talk again when I'm in my 40s.
If you guys
All
want
right.
to learn more WNBA stuff, go watch my episode yesterday.
Yes, actually,
We did a whole segment on it last night.
I thoroughly enjoyed it driving to work this morning.
Kelsey, do you think you
My
allow
truck
me on your show
finally
for one episode?
Has a correct working transmission.
Really?
Kelsey,
Okay.
who would have thought you fix your Chevy transmission by flushing it for the first time since it was created?
Shocking.
Yeah, right. The dealership I bought it from said they flushed it, never did. So I drop it off the dealership that I trust, and the girl calls me. She goes, "Hey, Jared, so it was so overdue for a flush, and we had to put an additive in to get everything out." I'm like, "Well, that would explain why it jumps between fourth and fifth gear." And she starts laughing. She goes, "Yeah, probably." I'm like, "Yeah, it's okay. Blasie's
Yeah.
Connecticut days are numbered." Anyway.
When I got in an accident and they fixed my front end, they supposedly put fluids back and everything. And they put some fluids. And by fluids, I mean they kind of spit in it and called it swell. And then so I was like, I went to get my oil change literally the next day.
Grease, they call it motor oil.
Yeah, like everything lit up on the dashboard when I started the car, and I was like, that's not good. And so I just drove over to the oil change place, got everything filled back up, and then drove back, and I'm like, here's my receipt. I need reimbursement because you said you did this.
Well, see, Kelsey's heard my gripes about what it takes to do the oil change on my truck. It's 12 quarts of oil. And
Nah, man.
because the way Chevrolet Silverados, the 14 through 19 generation, their engine block sits lower. I am literally getting my truck lifted to make working on my truck easier. That's the reason I'm lifting it.
Spending $3,000 just so you have to spend 30 less seconds trying to fit under
I'm
it.
only doing a 3-inch spacers, so it's not
I
as.
stand by what I said.
Oh no, 3-inch spacers up here. I'm only paying maybe $1,500 after everything. I go any higher, then yes, I'm getting up into $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Like my buddy just bought a square body Cherokee, 2000. It's a gorgeous car. I love it. It's maroon. It looks sick. It's got a matte monochromatic paint job. Or sorry, what's the one that changes color if you look at different lights?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, either way, but his Jeep is a 7-inch lift in it. It's wild. Because everyone knows those 2000 square body Cherokees are low to the ground, and this thing is about as tall
Pearlescent?
as a Tacoma.
Is it pearlescent? Is that what the color is?
Yeah, that's what it is. Pearlescent. So it's almost like the eggplant foam posits. That's what it looks like.
Dude, I love the. I had 2 pairs of the eggplants.
I tried to get a pair of them when they re-released back in April. I literally
Oh.
Nike Sneakers app shot me to hell.
Chroma Flare. That's the actual name. Chroma Flare.
Yeah,
Guys,
Fair.
while my wife is outside letting the dog out, I can say this because she can't hear me. I feel like with the 4 of us, pretty close by now. I was very close to buying a pair of autographed Antonio Brown cleats on an auction solely so I could post them on Twitter and ask if I could be the cracker of the day. And if he did it, I was going to post it all over the Corner Boots media.
Dude,
Every-
that would've been
Oh,
insane.
But then I thought about it.
Dude,
It's
I
just-
want a signed picture of him punting, like drop kicking that Browns punter.
Nate, you should reach out to Nate. Seriously, you should reach out to AB just to see if he'll be a guest on our show.
No.
Oh my, please.
Oh my god, dude.
Look, all I'm saying is every single one of us, whoever's on the show at that point in time, will be considered cracker of the day material on
I
that
love
day.
it. I'm
Oh,
okay.
you
with it.
have a
I'm a top
field
tier
day.
cracker.
Hear me out.
I'm like
Hear me-
one level above being white trash, so I'm okay with it.
Just
I'm
get a
top
marker.
tier.
Just get a marker and sign it yourself with just something that looks like an A in the front and something that looks like a B on the second word. He's too high right now to figure out that that's not real.
Nate, just
Well, he's
DM me.
bankrupt,
Listen, we got a
so
bunch
we
of
can
fans of
sign him
yours
to
who love
belly
to do a podcast with you. Oh my god, he DM'd him. Let's go.
He's doing. What'd you
Let's
say?
do it.
Oh yeah, let us know in the chat what you said, or
I'm a
I don't
top tier
know.
cracker. Look at that piano. That's
Yeah.
a cracker
First, like
purchase.
on my list of like guests I'd love to have a like obviously like, the McAfees, the Annie Agers, like there's a lot of like people I love having. Brian Dawkins, I love to have on the show, right? AB is one of those ones I'm like, get your popcorn ready. He's gonna be interested.
Dude, I would love to do a Q&A with AB. Just sit in a room, interview him for 3 hours
We
straight.
won't do it live, Chris. It won't be live. We'll do it pre-recorded.
Oh
Yeah,
no, it's got to be
pre-recorded.
live. No, that has
No,
to
it
be
can't
live,
be
guys.
live.
What would you ask
It
AB?
can't be live.
I would.
Bruce
Oh.
Arians when you took your pads off.
Why?
Yeah, I was
Also,
up-
what's
yeah.
up with that pool picture? I saw a little bit too much, AB. What's up with that?
Now you guys are all messed up. Can I stick the
Was John
Death
Gruden
Star
really as racist
on his
as
Lego
he made him
haircut?
sound?
Yeah.
I want to know about the ending the Steelers, what happened with Oakland, and just the Tampa Bay
I'm gonna give him
situation.
shit because of his whole helmet bullshit. I lost out in an interview on this podcast with MJ Acosta, and I was very pissed about it. She was
Could
literally
we-
she was supposed to come on our show. It was me and Kevin. We're gonna interview her. We were all prepped. She was literally gonna come on the show. I was ready to go. 3:00 interview time, and I get a text from Mike's one of the girls who works at Belly Up, Penny, who had the connection to MJ, and she goes, MJ just texted me. She has to fly to Oakland. AB just walked off of Raiders camp, and I'm like, motherfucker.
Damn.
The box.
Do we
Yeah.
ask if
He
he?
just got to answer for it costing me one of the biggest interviews of my life. So there you go.
Do we ask him if he did or did not do anything with Giselle?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
even
what I
gonna
was
bother
wondering.
because I know he did already. She got with a jiu-jitsu instructor,
Black belt?
probably
That's
a purple
correct.
belt. Dwight
That's
Schrute looking
correct.
ass.
That's karate. Whoops.
AB might be the only black belt holder without actually taking
Hey,
any quality
yo!
classes.
Man,
After watching, look, all I'm saying, Chris, we both saw that pool picture.
I mean, I said
That
I
thing's
asked
a
the
belt.
question. I asked the
That thing's a
question.
belt.
I'm like, dude. I'm like, well, I mean, I saw him. I saw Drake's. I'm
All
like,
right.
dude, like, this is.
We
bad.
gotta talk. We gotta talk about NBA Finals quickly because it's the last thing we got before bowl predictions. Scumbag Dallas Mavericks taking on the
Whoa.
Why Are They Here Boston Celtics.
Before we get into this, can I just say, I told you, don't play Rudy Gobert and you win.
Listen,
I
at the end
think
of
he
the
got
day,
confused with
shooting
Rudy from Notre Dame.
35% for the first 3 games kind of hurt us more. But
Because Rudy Gobert was on the court. That's all I'm saying.
oh Christ, he's not gonna be on the team next year. Will you shut up?
Yeah. Once he's not on the team.
Dude, he gave the world COVID.
Not confirmed. It was that lawyer in Manhattan who gave the world code. But anyway,
He gave Donovan Mitchell COVID, and that was good enough.
Yeah, they stopped
Listen.
talking.
when Rudy was at his best, we beat Denver. and I sent Jamal. They sent Jamal Murray's bitch ass home. So that was win enough for me. Everyone
They
else
almost lost the series,
I
though.
hate Jamal Murray. I hate
They
Jamal
almost
Murray.
lost the series.
What?
They almost lost the series when he came back.
But they won the series when he hit that crazy turnaround J. Game 7, Rudy played out of his damn mind.
Game 7, Rudy is just an average center in the league.
Your hatred of Rudy Gobert is hilarious.
Okay, tell me his stats aren't an average center in the
Oh,
league.
no, they're totally average.
Like subpar average, but in that game were an average.
The problem is the two most annoying players to Jokic were Nas and Cat. But the problem is those refs would look at Cat, foul. Cat blinks, foul.
I'm sorry. He scored a point and only got 4 rebounds, and the dude is 7'2", 7'1".
Yeah, he stinks, Jared.
He has a total of 4 blocks for a defensive player of the year.
Chris, I won't take a shot at you because we've already established that when I bring up your basketball team, you go on a biblical level rant of epic proportions.
I'll be honest. You're honest. You show your honesty. I'll show my honesty. I don't like him.
Listen, I want Gobert gone. Okay, like
do you?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Cat is a glorified number 3. Okay, he is a glorified. Shut up, Matt. That is a glorified number 3. I haven't had enough alcohol to start doing the drunk tomahawk chant again.
Wait, Kelsey wasn't here for that. Do you know that? Do you know about that whole?
I watched the episode.
Dude, could you imagine 8-year-old Jared hands down at their waist and like imagine like in unison, all those little kids. They didn't even do the chop. They just stood there like children of the corn.
It's a cult.
I want to be ninja.
It's how you become an Eagles fan. Is you end up something like that. It's so traumatic that you become an Eagles fan because there's nothing more traumatic.
I was an Eagles fan before I did that chant. So
I was an Eagles fan when I got conceived.
Oh, all right. In that case, then you just confirmed the other part of Eagles fandom. They're all crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I told you. I saw a man eat horse downtown.
Listen, we've established that I'm crazy. All right? I've done some insane shit in my life. Ooh, I like the Jared Allen one.
No. Do not send Rudy. I will find Rudy Gobert and punch him if he comes to Cleveland.
Fight the tall, stinky Frenchman.
We'll have a belly up showdown in Cleveland and sell out the Rockets.
I don't even listen. Trade Rudy for a draft pick and get me a shooter off the bench.
A draft
Put Nas
pick?
at center. I don't care. I really do not care. I do not care anymore. All right, Luka Garza honestly was more efficient in the playoffs than Rudy was.
Hey, you put some respect on.
I love Luka. Okay,
the Naismith Award winner 2 years ago.
Listen, Luka Garza on the Timberwolves. I love the fact we finally keep him on the roster. The fact we have T.J. Warren, fucking bubble Jordan, and we didn't even put him in the lineup. Travesty.
Andrew Wiggins back to the Timberwolves.
I love my Timberwolves. I've loved them since I was a kid. Chris, is that jersey I was telling you about, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Send that down to me.
I ain't sending you shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can you get an autograph first?
Yeah. So, yeah, Jared, sign it and then send it.
That I might do. All right. Got to stroke the ego a little bit. All right.
Sounds like AB.
God, hey, listen, we might be 2 peas in a pod. Maybe I'll replace. He'll be our 4th co-host member, or podcast member. All right. So,
belly up signs AB.
Early predictions. WNBA finals kick off tonight. I believe 9:00 is tip off.
8 p.m.
30, I think.
Yeah, they say 8 p.m., but it's never 8 p.m. So Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, it's usually
coverage starts at 8 p.m.
It's just Jimmy Kimmel stroking his ego. So
between 8 and 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. I remember when it was Celtics Lakers back when I was a kid. KG versus Kobe. It was 9 o'clock.
They got Porzingis coming off the bench tonight.
Pingus.
Yeah, it's Pingus.
Got him coming off the bench tonight.
I love that quote, and I love the fact that Nate posted that clip, and it was just
Pingus.
Oh, one of our good ones. All right. Anyway,
Pingus.
So
what?
I have to step away for a second, but what do you guys think about the keys to this game? What are your opening thoughts? Where do you think the series is going? Maddie, I'll start with you.
By the way, game starts at 7:30 Eastern.
What did they do? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is Tingus Pingus?
Oh God.
I don't know. ESPN app says 8:30 Eastern time. I don't know what time it is, but
Yeah, so 7:30 is when they started coverage, and then 8:30 is tip off.
There you go.
I
8:30. So I don't have to listen to Jimmy Kimmel's bum ass talk about basketball. Thank God.
I guess my outlook on this series is I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go the full 7, and but I got Dallas taking in the end. Listen, the Celtics have been for the last couple of years or so. They have been just coughing it up in the big games. Tatum has yet to proven that he is that can get it done guy, and when it matters the most in the finals, we all know the Kobe test that didn't work out, anything like that. So we'll see if this is the year for them, but I think it's gonna be a Luka game. I think Kyrie coming back, that'll be interesting. See if he has big games against the old team. I know he had a big fallout with them, but I think it's gonna be a Maverick series in the end. Another Boston choke is how I see it and how I would love to see it. I despise everything Boston, even the Beans. They all suck. Anyways, so yeah, give me Dallas in 7. Big games from Luka, big games from Kyrie. Tatum once again will just be an elite basketball playing regular season, good in the playoffs, and just dog you know what in the finals. Yeah.
I'm still very bitter about the Dallas series, but that was more Minnesota just not being ready than Dallas being the team. I'm rooting for Dallas because God, I do not want to hear. We live in New England. The Celtics championship would just be insufferable.
You got
I
a
need
parade to
Boston.
go to, though.
Boston needs to suffer for another 20 years.
Yeah, they do.
Because of
If
the
anybody is listening to this, that's
because
Boston.
the Brady teams and the Red Sox and the Bruins, they need to suffer for another 20 years. So, give me the Mavericks in 6. I think Kyrie is going to be the key here. And one thing that was kind of underrated, nobody talked about, is the fact that like Derek Jones Jr. and PJ Washington are just so, and they're on the Mavericks are elite. They're just yes, Kelsey. I see your tagline.
I literally said nothing.
Go Bears! I'm one hater. Yeah, that's who he is.
Why does everybody from Boston sound like they have post-nasal drip?
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Ooh.
Well, I like that sound.
Who cares? Fingus. Nobody cares. Al Horford's geriatric asset center. Congratulations. He's going to get dunked on by Lively and the other guy. So
all those Bostonians out there listening live, Cheers sucked.
Yeah.
Just saying.
City's overrated. It
Guess
stopped
what?
being cool in the 1800s.
Nobody wants to name their kid Harpa.
Yeah.
What, can you say that one more time? I don't even know how to spell what you just said.
Hoppa?
Hoppa?
Yeah. Can you
You
give
got
that to me in a sentence?
I'm not naming my kid Hoppa.
Can I get
Bryce
these
Harper
the
is a
country
good
of origin?
Yeah.
baseball player.
You know, it'd be wicked
bullets
if
in
I
the
did name
Hoppa.
like, yeah. Wait, it's the Hopper? Oh, you
The
said you said
Harper.
Harper. You said Harper.
That's my point. I didn't know which one it was.
I think you said Harper. I was like,
Can
oh,
you give me a definition on this?
yeah.
I wanted to say Fenway's mid, but that is low key a really nice stadium. I can't.
I
I'm
remember.
love
actually going to Fenway in literally like a month and a half.
I
For
love
Sox games.
Fenway.
I went Fenway one time and I left in the 4th inning because I had enough, but I just need to see the history.
I went for Red
no.
Sox opening day like 5 years ago. They played the
Ooh.
Rays and Mookie Betts, right behind him in right field. Great seats.
Do you think Mookie does bet or?
Nah. I didn't Mookie the bet.
Oh,
But I'll tell you
Here's
this.
my old man for his first Red Sox
Did you
game.
hear about Dak Prescott's comments with gambling? He was like, he said something about, I'm a gambling man. I'm always going to gamble on my guys. And then he goes, not literally, guys. Not literally. Just figure it.
Oh yeah, 'cause he doesn't want to lose his job.
Such a
I
shame.
get
Well,
it.
listen, half of
Such
the
a shame.
MLB is getting investigated right now. So, I mean, everyone's getting a little jumpy.
That's just a shame. It's just a shame that Dak Prescott was not actually betting and couldn't just get suspended
Kelsey,
indefinitely.
no, Kelsey, you have to change
You
your
hate
name.
him.
Dak
He's
Prescott's
a
biggest hater.
quarterback.
No,
He's elite.
it's not a Dak Prescott's biggest hater. I got a better version.
All right. Well, I have the Mavs in 6. Another Dallas team wins a title before the Cowboys make an NFC title game. Kelsey.
I don't disagree with you is the problem. I'm with Matt.
City of
I have
Texas.
this going 7 games, and I have the Mavs winning if it goes to 7. But if it's anything short of 7, I do think it's the Celtics game, Celtics series to win. And the biggest reason why is this: if this comes down to coaching before Game 7, and the reason why I say before Game 7, I'll get to in a second. But Joe Mazzulla has the edge on Jason Kidd.
Yes.
Jason Kidd is a Joes and Schmoes coach. Mazzulla is an X's and O's. I've said it about Mike Tomlin and the pros. It equates here as well. And what I mean by going to Game 7 and why I think the Mavs would win is Joe's and Schmoes coach can get the best out of his team for one game if that's all that's left for the season. They have the most effective speeches, and they can just get the passion out of whatever players they have, which you just happen to have one of the best players all in the league right now in Luka, potential MVP candidate earlier this year. Then on the other side, you have a 3-headed monster to deal with that at times they get in their own way, which is why I think the Mavs can have the opportunity to win a final here. If Tatum's not on, Jaylen Brown's trying to go to his left, and Derek White decides to play like a real Derek White, not this year's Derek White, not the Carhartt and jean jacket Derek White, then there's a good opportunity for the Mavs to win there. So, yeah, I'm going to go 7, and this is going to be the Mavs title.
Didn't Mark Cuban sell the team recently? No. What he was doing something a little fishy.
I don't think he did. I don't think he sold the team.
I thought he was he selling shares? He was doing something. He was doing something funny. Something comical.
Oh, yeah, he sold his majority stake.
All right, so he still has stakes. So if they win, he still gets recognition. Everything.
$3.5 billion. Oh, come on.
I'll tell you what the Celtics need to win the finals. Sean McDermott, the best of pregame speeches.
Dougie McBuckets?
No. Oh my God, Chris.
He said McDermott. That's all I heard.
He needs a good old
Forgot
fashioned.
about Sean McDermott's reference to a certain tragedy in American history.
Look, I'm not. Look,
he
I'm
was
only
the
saying-
man of the week.
I'm only
I think we forgot about.
The Bills were like 4-0 after that. I'm not like this speech was horrible, but I'm just saying they were 4-0 after that, dude. So
I was
Celtics will
really
win the
trying to
finals.
ignore Chris's comment about that and just move to Dougie McBuckets, Doug McDermott, who actually plays in the NBA.
All right, moving on. NFL bowl predictions. We got 15 minutes left. This is the meat of the sandwich, which I guess is going on top today.
Nice, the Ruben.
Ugh.
Nobody
my
cares
thoughts on
about this. The whole contract is signed. I don't care.
Is LeBron still on the team? That's the real coach.
No, he's going to be a Sixer. I'm stoked.
If LeBron's on the Lakers, that's the coach. Sorry.
I'm telling you, he's going to be a Sixer, man. We have the cap space. We wait until he turned 40 years old to sign him.
All right. So,
Is that Waller?
You know what's funny? Chris Jones commented on that and was like, "This is terrible."
And that's coming from a guy whose penis fell out during the combine.
Crime is not ruining the
He knows
Raiders
what we're talking
or
about.
whatever the Raiders were building. It is ruining the life of Darren Waller.
3rd round pick. Nice trade.
Hey, McDoofus, you can officially rot in football hell for that one. Anyway, I feel so bad for Waller. But then, of course, they traded him to the New York Giants, which I mean is like getting traded to Cleveland at this point back in the day. Anyway, Nate's just sitting there just taking ricochet shots at this point. All right. NFL poll predictions. The rules are very simple. You get 3 calls, 3 bowl predictions. So they could be as simple as Dak Prescott will throw 500 for 4,500 yards this year.
Stop. Don't hurt me.
But
man.
also throw for 25 interceptions. Or it could be as grandstanding as saying the Houston Texans will finish 16-1. You have a lot of range to go here. Why I like doing this off the cuff is because you get some of the best takes when these guys have no time to prepare. So we're going to start with Chris. Chris, what is your first bold prediction for the NFL season? Off the cuff, let it rip.
CJ Stroud will be the MVP.
It's kind of bold. I like it. Start off a little Miller Lite-ish for me. Let's get some vodka or tequila in this. Matt, come on a little hotter.
For the first time in 20 years, the New York Jets will win the AFC East.
I love. There you go.
That's good.
Come
I
out
like
swinging. All right. For myself, the Philadelphia Eagles will finish with a top 3 defense under Vic Fangio.
I thought you said bold. Where did you go with the bold commentary here?
We were
Pretty safe.
dead last year. We're one of the
That would
worst
be-
defenses in football.
That's fair.
All right, that's fair. I mean, top 3 is pretty high.
Top 3. Like lights out.
That's fair. All right. God, Chris, you kind of ruined my hot take, my bold prediction here.
That's what we do.
All right.
We're roommates.
In that case, then I'm gonna go Chiefs finish in the wild card and they lose out on the AFC West title.
Ooh. Who wins?
Cleats and khakis. That's all I gotta say.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. All right. Back to Chris for number 2.
I got 3 NFC North teams making the playoffs. Packers, Lions, and
Wow.
oh my.
Oh, Jinx, Minnesota.
I mean, listen, Minnesota sucks besides J Jets. Let's be honest.
Christian McCaffrey will be the second best running back in the league this year. Saquon Barkley will be the number 1 running back this year.
Stop it.
That was
Don't
literally
get
my
the
bold
Eagles in
prediction. Was Saquon's going to lose the rushing,
He's never had an offensive line like that before. I think he's going to be the best running
or a turf surface like that.
back. Yeah, that's fair.
Jalen Hurts will finish top 5 in the league in passing yards.
You got anything non-Eagles?
Well, no, the other one, the alternative was John Ross will
Oh, Jesus.
Eagles roster.
I've never been happier to miss an episode than to hear when you started going on that. I
I
could
am
easily
a
just be
John
like, nope.
Ross stan. I think this man was done so dirty by the Bengals.
You mean by his calf?
That too. Also,
Imagine that guy has 1,000 yards.
the Bengals training staff, which has been notoriously terrible. Anyway,
And those Nike cleats that were god awful.
that too. I think John Ross will have a great season in Philadelphia. But yes, I think Jalen Hurts finishing in the top 5 in passing yards. That is my second bold prediction. The next one will not be Philadelphia based, trust me. Kels.
And now you got me thinking on some weird ones. All right. Let's not go too weird. All right. Damn. I want to go really weird with this, so screw it. I'm doing it. Michael Penix will start more games than Kirk Cousins for the Falcons.
Is that more injury history or play?
I have no clue. I'm literally pulling this out of the ether right now.
That's why I love this show.
Oh, man.
And remember your 3 bold takes and send them to Nate after the show so he can write them down for the end of the season. We reveal them the show after the Super Bowl. Nate, you're fired.
You're hired. You're hired.
We can't physically afford to fire Nate Key.
Okay, so listen, if the Eagles actually get swept by the Giants, I will shave my beard and my head on camera.
Wow, you'll
Please
be
flip that.
ball.
Flip that.
No, you got to do this.
Because my next prediction is the number 1 pick in the NFL draft next year will be the New York Giants. I don't know what your team is doing. Your coach is a
have a trade
moron.
pick anywhere in there?
That may not be a bad thing.
Your coach is an absolute moron.
Whoa.
Brian
Management's
Dable-
the absolute
Brian
moron
Dable
there.
is a Nick Saban wannabe. I think you have a very talented supporting cast roster, but the problem is Daniel Jones needs to be a quarterback on a team like the 49ers, where he basically can be Brock Purdy with more speed. Honestly, he'd be probably better off with Brock Purdy. So my last prediction is the Giants will have the number 1 pick. 10-7. Wow, you really think they're going 10-7?
Oh shoot.
I admire your boldness. Listen, I would love for them to go 10-7 just to get knocked the hell out in the first round of the playoffs.
I thought he had that up and it was like 10 greater than, but then I realized that was a 7.
My favorite thing is also how Nick Sirianni, every time Giants have been talking shit to him this entire offseason, was quoted as saying, "Yeah, we took your best player because you guys didn't offer him a contract."
It's fair.
Listen, I'm a little petty. The Giants fans, the amount of shit I heard after our Week 18 game where basically the Eagles quit in the first quarter, I had to hear about that for months. So I'm ready to start really just returning fire now. With all due respect, obviously. Now, if you're listening, if your Giants are a surprise team, cheers to them. I'd love to see them be good. I would prefer the Giants to be good over the Commanders, the Cowboys. Eagles-Giants is my favorite rivalry in sports. The Cowboys games are too overhyped, and I literally just want to punch a wall every time I watch them. Giants games, it's like fighting your neighbor.
Is it because you guys literally threw a game so the Giants couldn't make the playoffs? That's not fighting your neighbor. that is trying to burn your neighbor with a Molotov cocktail after poking him in the chest with
I
nails.
actually had a coworker try to fight me in the changing room at work. He was a Giants fan. He walked up and tried to punch me. He's like, "You're fucking Eagles." I'm like, "And really think about what you're about to do right now." I just had to watch my team implode for the last 6 weeks, and I've basically developed functional alcoholism during this pandemic. I'm ready to hurt somebody. Like, really want to swing on me? Do it.
As a Cowboys fan, that pissed me off more than anything and the Cowboys have done to me in my life.
My favorite part is the fact that that sealed Doug Peterson was going. He was like, "Yeah, we're good."
Yeah.
I think
all right.
Go
ahead. All right. My last prediction.
Wait,
the
what?
AFC North will sweep the NFC East in all of their matchups.
Wow. Hey, that's not
That's a good
too
one.
off. I mean,
wow. You think the Browns will beat the Eagles?
The Browns will beat every team in the NFC East. The Bengals will beat every team in the NFC East. The Steelers will beat every team in the NFC East.
I'll put that 20 spot you owe me for Anthony Edwards, and I'll throw it on that.
I'm sorry. I owe you what for Anthony Edwards? You owe me the 20 spot for Anthony Edwards. Bullshit. You owe me the 20 for
Heroes
Anthony
is
Edwards.
both money. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah. That dude's...
Fucking rich boy bum. Anyway.
I'm up. Mike McCarthy gets fired after the season.
Chrissy! Chris, but we shouldn't root for that. We want him to be a lifer for Dallas.
I know, but I just see it. He's been in Dallas for 4 years. He hasn't done anything.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
he can't smash watermelons all the time.
Dude, fire him as quick as he picked up that butt itch thing to try to give an inspirational speech in his first year.
Jesus.
Like, that alone is a reason to fire a guy.
All right, who has? I believe Matt, you have the last one, right?
I do. There's a good Daniel in the NFC East. It's not Daniel Jones. It is Jaden Daniels. The Washington Commanders will. This is on the fly. I've been drinking some Pants tequila. I don't know where I was going.
Dude, Pants Blanco, dude. I need some
Pants Reposado.
White pants.
The Commanders will make the wild cards this year, make playoffs. Jaden Daniels will bring that franchise back to some sort of justice. New ownership, new coach, new quarterback. I think Commanders get the 7th seed.
Will you double down and say Jaden Daniels wins Rookie of the Year?
Well, I guess I have to.
There it is.
I am a Jaden Daniels believer as an LSU fan.
I am too, man. I honestly, it really hurt watching me to Washington, which means I got to root for Bryce Huff to crush his windpipe. But
hey, well, that is very possible. I do believe that Caleb Williams should get that award just because of the arsenal of weapons that he's going to have on offense over there. There's no reason why you shouldn't have success right off the rip. But I think Jaden Daniels is going to be a much better quarterback, and I think he's going to use Terry McLaurin as he should, and things will be fine.
We talked about this last episode, though. I'm not a believer. Ooh,
Oh, I'm not either.
Nathan. I love
right.
it. Coming out with a heater.
This one though.
Flacco! Colto!
Chris's face.
So happy right now.
Chris loves it.
That might make DJ's day if that happens, except for the Anthony Richardson getting
I
hurt.
might cry, dude. I love it.
Chris, if this happens, if the Colts make the playoffs on the back of Joe Flacco, I will buy you a Flacco Colts jersey, okay?
No, I love Joe Flacco so much.
Make sure it's that sick Heather blue jersey that
Oh
they
yeah,
have.
definitely. I'm gonna
The
go all
Indy
out. I'm
Knights.
gonna find like the
Dude.
Chinese version of it and send it to Chris.
I'm gonna get a poster of Joe Flacco, dude. Just as elite.
Right
In
over
my
that
room.
stone fireplace. By the way, that looks like Delgado stone right there.
Yeah, you know,
Shout out to my old
cobblestone right there
intern.
on my fireplace.
It's
So.
almost like I have the catalog right here.
Did you at my house?
Hmm.
Oh
Think
my
of
God.
my house.
I love Joe Flacco. Oh God, I'm crying right now. All right, so anyway, fair enough. Where do we go from here, Jared?
We just enjoy the fact that we all just made our bold predictions. Nathan, I don't know how many you got so far. I'm not paying $170. I'm gonna find the
My
Chinese
God.
50.
Yes, Jared.
Oh no,
please.
it's got to be the Heather blue jersey.
Please,
Nate.
please,
Heather
Jared.
Listen, Nathan, you can have this in writing.
Go to-
I will buy
go to-
Chris a Chinese knockoff Joe Flacco Colts jersey if he replaces Anthony Richardson and the Colts make the playoffs.
Clip that. Clip that.
Clip that, save it. You don't have to post on Twitter. Just keep it, and I will drive to Philadelphia and present it to Chris. Me and Matt will both go down for a weekend. We'll go bar hopping with Chris, and we'll do this together.
Dude, bar hopping with me is the most dangerous idea of all time, dude. I
Yes,
get
it was a propeller hat, though.
You can
Yeah. So this
Nate,
is
you
gonna
can
be
put
so
it in a
many
folder
spins.
that says just in case Joe Flacco does it. And that's all you have to say. And you can make a dramatic like opening it video where you click on the folder, record the whole
Nate,
thing,
I
and it
gotta
pops
say,
up.
Nate, you have to wear some kind of Eagles gear if
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Yo, you sizes.
Well, I mean,
Oh, what?
youth
All right,
medium
give me
seems like it
kids
would fit
extra
Chris.
large.
Oh, by the way,
Fit it.
for me and Nate's bet about the Eagle, I won't cash in if they don't sweep. But if the Eagles sweep the Giants, Nate has to wear an Eagles jersey for 4 straight shows.
Damn.
Oh.
4.
But it has
Wait,
to be a
why-
real jersey. I feel like this has to be a real jersey. To,
No,
for
I
him
will
to have
send
to
him my
wear.
Carson Wentz one that's like probably his son.
Oh, what? Not that one. I'll send you
That's
like
the
a-
perfect one to send him. Insult to injury with that one.
Oh,
By
wait.
making it Carson
Yeah, you
Wentz.
could do that actually.
Go get a brand new. Go get a
Wait, that
brand new
one-
Barkley one.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get him a Barkley one.
Yeah, give him
Oh,
a sec-
Listen, if it's a Barkley one, I'm gonna buy one in a double XL, send it to you, and you guys send it back to me because I'm gonna wear it.
Boom. That'd be like
poor
a
Nate's gonna be
nightcap
rocking
for
a
me.
blanket on that.
I know, I'm
Yeah.
off my fat ass. You kidding me?
It's a nightgown on.
Now I'll send him my shady or my like DJX. Oh, I'll make him wear my Deshaun Jackson jersey.
Dude, D-Jax.
Hurts even more as a Giants fan.
Oh,
D-Jax.
Hit the Giant Killer. Or no, we get him a Boston Scott jersey.
God,
Oh.
no, that would kill me
Yeah,
more so
yeah,
than
you gotta wear a
anything.
Boston Scott jersey.
I mean, Nate and Boston Scott are probably the same shirt size anyway. So I mean,
Could be.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, hold on.
It's
Calm
like, yeah,
down
no,
over there.
You're making a
Boston
point
Scott's
there,
a pretty
Jared.
small guy.
all right, gentlemen, it has been an amazing show as always. And these are great off-season shows because we bullshit the entire time. There was rants, references, bets, gambles, everything. Shout out to our sponsors, which we did not shout out all to before today, besides Righteous Felon, because Chris made sure that was possible. Candips.com, promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off at checkout. No swagoo bets. We'll do that next week.
Ooh, I got one for you. Matt, you just have to endorse this. Luka finishes game 1 as the number 1 assist leader.
And I have to endorse it, so I must endorse it.
There you go. We got a Swagoo bet
Wait,
presented by Candidates.
I'm not going to endorse it because we're not roommates right now.
All right.
Chris is
we
going to
are
bet on
roommates.
somebody else, and that means it's going to win, Matt.
Also-
so congratulations.
SeatGeek promo code Belly Sports for $20 off your first purchase at checkout. Be very careful and make sure it is your first purchase, and not be like me and try to purchase an expensive ticket, banking on a $20 discount. Shout out to Whiskey Myers at Bridgeport for making that possible. Either way, gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. Kels, you can find him, DJ, at Everything High Low Sports on all social media platforms and YouTube. Their shows air live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Their show this week was very good. Kelsey, of course, went on his rant about the WNBA, which was even better than his rant that he had today. You can find me, Chris, and Nate every Monday and Thursday on the Corner Booth Pod on almost every social media. We did not do a show this Monday. We may do a show next Monday. I'm debating. I'm thinking we will. And we definitely have one the following Monday and the Monday after that. Off season is kind of weird for us. We kind of half it on Monday shows. Our Thursday is obviously our flagship show. So that being said, you can always catch the replay of this show every Friday or Sunday on iTunes. Just depends on how crazy my weekend is, and I'll upload it before the Monday show. Either way, by the way, check out our NFC and AFC over-under shows. They were both uploaded to iTunes and Spotify last week. It shows basically what we have. Nate obviously released these amazing graphics showing what all the boys thought. Me,
Chris had some wild thoughts.
there's a shocker. All right. That being said, gentlemen, I hope you all, from myself, Kelsey, Chris, and Swagoo, and Big Bad producer Nate, we hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Please drink responsibly. Do not drink and drive. And we will catch you guys on Monday for another episode of the Corner Booth Podcast and Thursday for the Corner Booth Pregame. Peace.